aspiring intelligence?
Yeah, we talk about $6 Million Man all the time. I mean, with inflation, I think we're in the billions now. But yeah, we talk about it because the obvious reason, that was about human enhancement. I think there were 2 or 3 pilots made of $6 Million Man, which I've seen a lot of it. And they ask a lot of the same questions. We ask, what we try to do is we try to make a show that feels as much human as it is technology. And so we ask the question all the time, what part of the human is left when you augment humanity? And I think that show asks very similar things. But in today's world, I think, we ask the question, well, what today is more important than super strength? Super strength in the 70s mattered, but right now when you have drones in the sky and you have satellites that can see everything, and we carry around more power in our pocket, as John Billingsley's character says in the show, than they had on the space shuttle, information seems to be the bionic strength of today.
So Josh, I started the clip by calling this Cyber Sawyer. Do you feel like Cyber Sawyer and Tom Sawyer?
No. I was joking with my brothers, actually, because I'm probably one of the most computer illiterate people on the planet, and I was like, well, the only way I would use a computer every day is if it's jammed in my head. So it's a funny dichotomy that they picked me to be a supercomputer guy. So I've been calling my brothers, like, help me with some techno jargon and so forth. But I really loved the idea of this. It's a dramatic thriller, with hot, strong women characters. And a mixture between like James Bond, Bourne, Identity, kind of thing, kind of characters.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. So I grew up always wanting to play a secret agent of sorts, and this was just very interesting and very current because of the way our world is changing every day with technology. And there's a documentary called, Transcendent Man, and in there he says, the only way we're actually going to be able to keep up with technology today is if we are enhanced eventually.
Right.
And so this is new technology today. They already have technology to assist quadriplegics with driving a wheelchair. They can take a helicopter through an obstacle course using the mind. So this is current. This is happening now.
And it can also be a lot of fun to have this. And I want to ask each of the actors, if you had this ability, this chip, Megan, what would you do with it?
I don't know.
Keep it clean.
Take some really amazing tests and be like, I'm just really smart, guys.
Josh?
I would probably be addicted to Korean drama. I'd be screaming like weird things, I mean, there's room for comedy with this. What what if he's addicted to polka dancing? Probably not. What about dreams?
Mine isn't nearly that interesting. I think I just would love to be able to learn every language in a matter of time, draw that up, and so I can travel everywhere and seem smart.
Lillian refers to Gabriel as an it. Do you look at Josh as an it? Is he your it? Your toy to play with?
Well, I remember when I read the pilot, and I asked you guys that when we had that initial meeting, because I wanted to know like how much humanity she had towards Gabriel, and I think I have an enormous humanity towards him, but I think it is because I'm sort of the person that was on top of this project called Clockwork, which was created, this microchip in the brain, et cetera, et cetera. I think I'm seeing such a much bigger picture that it's involving, not just this agency, but the entire, United States government and the United States safety. So maybe I have a slip of the tongue when I say it, but I don't think Gabriel at all feels that way.
Well, by the end, she's already feeling for this guy more emotion, it seems like, and letting him look for his love.
Right. Well, yeah, absolutely.
Is it going to be all business between you two, between Riley and Gabriel, or might it be more?
I think that's a question for Michael.
I don't know, it seems like it's more already. Yeah, you know, I mean, I look at all these things, you know, storytelling the same way as I look at it. I always call it the window in the mirror, you know, that you have every story has to have an element that feels like you're looking through a window at a world that is unlike your own. But you also need a mirror that makes you feel like you're looking at some aspect of yourself. So, you know, we cast people who felt to us like human beings. We sat down with them, we felt like they were real people, and they're beautiful, and they, you know, they have all these other attributes that you see when you look at them, and then you get to know them, and they start to talk, and they're people, they're just like us, and they interact just like us, and they love each other, they feel for each other, they argue with each other, and all those things. And so the relationships that, you know, we're trying to create in the show, and we tried to create in the pilot, were the kind of relationships that we feel like we see in our own world. We tried to make it look and feel like a family. They embody that very easily and very effortlessly, and you know, you see it on the screen, and we're continuing to do it.
Well, Trip, the spoiler here is Amelia. There's this woman out there that he loves and is searching for. Are we going to meet her? Is she going to come into this world soon?
Yeah, I think you should expect to see some more of her and learn more about what happened to her, and see how Josh is going to deal with, you know, all of that. I think that's a really fun part of the show, and very excited to have the audience see what we're going to do with that stuff.
So, yeah, I like that. When I read the script at the start, just my initial impression of it, I loved that relationship, that he was married and that he had that stake involved. So I love the fact that he has this dilemma. It's a built-in dilemma. You know, do you follow your head or your heart? And this is a question we have to ask ourselves, especially in the day of changing technology. All the time we get data and our instincts. So I love that he has that built-in.
We looked for a lot of ways to humanize him. I mean, we didn't want the show to be about a robot. So the way his character's designed, the backstory he has with Amelia, all of those things were in an effort to make him feel like a real guy.
Well, I'm amazed that you can tell we only have a couple minutes left, so quickly I'm going to ask each of you just one last question. Josh, what do you think is more painful, Gabriel's loss of Amelia or Sawyer's loss of Juliet?
Wow. That's not fair, Will. The loss of any love is tragic, Will.
Megan, what have Eddie and Adam over Once Upon a Time told you about the possible future for Ruby, for Red?
As I've said to a few people, Red never died, Ruby never died. She's around somewhere. I like to think she's just like running around in the woods in wolf form. She's like, you know, I want to stretch my legs and go for a run. So I think that we'll be seeing her again.
Well, Mark, just any aspects of Catherine Willis in this character, you've played her for so long, how do you step out of that and create this new woman without that other voice in your head?
Well, yeah. First off, this is the federal government. This isn't, Las Vegas Police Department. And I'm in charge. Having said that, that was such a wonderful, 11 years I spent on that show with wonderful people, and but I was looking forward to a new challenge, and lo and behold, here I am. So
this is it. Okay.
Maybe get on for another 11 years.
They're going to shoot me if I don't have this up, guys. Last thing, give us some of the cases coming up, some of the villains that you're conceptualizing.
No. You gotta tune in to find out. We got great stuff coming. I can tell you we got great stuff.
I'm going to give you 2 copies of one of our TV guides that you signed for us.
Oh, me? Oh, I'm honored.
You can have it. It's me! Tossed them out on the way out. Say goodbye.
Guys, this one.
February, CBS, Intelligence. kid's going to be a winner for a long time.
Thank you, everybody.